In today's video, we will continue with our tutorial regarding how to create piping systems around the equipment that we created before. And today we're going to cover the pump discharge line. As you remember, in previous video, we already covered one of the ways how you can create suction line of the pump. Also in the same video, we showcased our new product that currently under the development. Today we're not going to use it, but we're going to show you something new. And we're going to start from Family Manager that we created especially for Revit users. Family Manager is the plugin that helps you to organize your families, which are currently scattered across several locations and quite often without any kind of control can't be recovered, restored, or you cannot find them and then you start to create everything from scratch. So this tool, as many of others, has one intention: to have one location where you can store all the families. It will also of course have templates, section, and parameters, which allows you to modify parameters inside of your project. And here we have something special called sets. So based on the catalog that you have over here, you can create set, and in this set you can see only the components assigned to this set. And especially for piping users or industrial piping designers, we have special workflow created called pipe specifications. And as you can see, here you can assign all the piping components, specify the segments, specify which components you would like to be used in creation of the pipe type inside of the Revit, which one you can find over here. And of course here we also have branch table. But today we will not talk about it. Our primary focus will be on sets that I already created for my convenience, because I don't want to always browse through the family tree. I want to see what I'm going to install. And we will give a look to our P&ID and we'll see which components do we need to place. So here we're going to place one flexible joint, reducer, butterfly valve, one drain connection, one instrument connection, check valve, drain, instrument connection, and shutoff valve, which is butterfly in this case. And we are going to bring it directly to the tank on the higher level. And here we also have a vent connection and we have another valve connection. So let's get started. Root, and then I'm going to add components to this. First, I'm going to disable connection manager. So it will not do all the work for us. And now I select via tab the nozzle that I have created inside of this family and click on create pipe. Then we can specify the elevation where we would like the center of pipe be. In my case, I will create it on 1.5 meters from the level 1, or let's make it under 30 degrees. Something like that. Then I would like to bring it right below the beams of the second floor that we see right now on our screen. 3.2 meters. Then we can go to let's say, to this place. It will be 2.7 meters. From 2.7 meters, I will go to the wall. And what I would like to do, I want to change the reference elevation or reference level, because our intention is to bring this pipe to the top of the tank, to this nozzle. So we need to select level 3, and of course middle elevation will be around 8 meters from level 3. And now I can just connect the pipe. As you can see, it was moved to the top of the tank already. Then I can just, for example, for now I will keep it at 2.7. And I'm going to bring it to this point. Then what I would like to do, I would like to ensure that this pipe is aligned with this nozzle. But before that, I will slightly displace it towards, let's say, this direction, just to ensure that it's not right above the vent. Then I go to level 3 layout, and I will just align it. You can do it by creating another section of the pipe and using align tool. And then you can just connect it like that. As you saw, once I brought it right above the nozzle, there is a O-snap enabled towards the connector inside of the nozzle. And this is how connection can be created. When we are done with the routing itself, we are going to create components on this pipe. And for sure we also need to change the diameter, because this is the thing that I forgot to do. How you can change the diameter of the pipe that of the system you already draw? Actually here it's quite simple. You can select the section of the pipe you would like to modify, and you can just simply change it to 150 in my case. Like that. And then we can just continue till this elbow I have over here. I'm also going to change it to 150. Then I would like to change this elevation, because for sure we need to have a little bit more space for the expansion joint. And then we'll start to create our assemblies. First I'll just delete this section of pipe, because it will be only disturbing us while we are creating our components. And I'm going to start directly to connect our components to the reducer. Thanks to set browser, I don't need to go here over to this location to find the proper components, because here I already have sorted them by the pipe specification. In my case it's dummy, so we can just start drag and drop it. As previously we discovered, we need to start from the flange, then we need to place bolt set, and gasket is going to lock bolt set in place. Simple as it is right now on the screen. Or actually I will just create another instance of this expansion joint and connect it like that. And then I'm going to add another bolt set and another gasket. Yeah, be aware that you haven't created another bolt set. and then align it. I will make it directly component to component, depending on your preferences or size characteristics. You can adjust it, so it's not a problem. Isolated the area where I work, with selection box, just to make it easier for me. And I will just start moving this connection using gasket. Be careful. And actually what you can also do in that sense, you can use arrows just to move the component. Just bring it as close as possible towards the connection point and simply connect it. The leakage is gone, or disconnection indicator, and that's it. Then I will check P&ID to see what tag number it was. It was X102. So here I'm going also to assign a tag number, X102. And later on, we need to create a check valve. As I see currently, in my case, I don't have check valve created. We will do it in one of other tutorials. So right now I will just use butterfly valve. Why not? Then I need to disconnect it from one side, disconnect it from different side, add our components on one side, on another one. Then it will be bolt set. And then the gasket. Yeah, don't forget to click escape several times. That's not always working in a good way. And then I just need to add another gasket on the other side. It will be wafer type, so I just need one bolt set. And then I'm going to reconnect it. To make my life a bit easier, because of the hand wheel, I will not be able to connect it properly. I'm going to rotate it and start to shift it. Yeah, when it's under the angle, it can be a little bit tricky. You can also try to do it by using move tool. But then, as you can see, the system will be not reconnected. Then you still need to move it a bit under the 30 degrees and connect it back. And then system will be reconnected. And then we repeat the same exercise from the other side. Yes, system was reconnected. And now I can move it a bit so it's connected directly to the elbow. Yes, and system was reconnected. On P&ID, we need to create two connections. One is the drain connection, and second one is the instrument connection. And that's where different tool that we developed come in. Temporary, I will close sets browser, and we call it assembly factory. As you can see here, we have an interface to create component assembly. So what that means? That means you can create assemblies from one of the templates that you have created. And by clicking on the pipe, components presented in this assembly are going to be generated in your model. It can take from 5 minutes to, I don't know, to 10 to 15. And here we just need to wait a little bit. Again, it's only the preview. Of course. And as you can see, it was created. Then I will do the same for instrument connection. As you can see, it can have any kind of complexity as you would like to have. It can be even a complete steam trap set with filters, side glasses, everything can be included, doesn't matter how complex it is. Here we also have controller to indicate the position in relation to the pipe itself. And of course you can always check the components that you have per set. As you can see, here I have quite a lot. And then I will just create second connection. I will just use this one. I will position it on the vertical pipe. As you can see, preview also was updated. And this is how it will look like right now in our model. After a few seconds, the whole set was generated. Now I will just play a bit with elevations. Or even I can rotate, for example, this part, just to ensure it's not clashing. Of course, I could also do it here, but yeah. Here we are to learn something. So I'm going to show you how you can do that. To do this, I would advise you to go to the plan view or to the floor view. Change your current graphic representation to wireframe, so then you can easily see the center of rotation. Then just click on Rotate tool. Click on the handler on your screen, move the center of rotation, and just rotate it. And this is how you can rotate any kind of component in Autodesk Revit. This part I also think it's a little bit too long, so by using arrows I can shorten it. Also here I have weld neck flange, so I will just close this interface for now and open that browser and we'll find the blind flange. That's it. So then we have a little bit more space for butterfly valve, and then we can create our butterfly valve. Here again we can rotate it. Unfortunately, Revit interface by default does it under the 90 degrees. And again I'm going to create same kind of assembly that we have over here. First I'm going to start from weld neck flanges. on both sides, of course. Then from one side, I will create bolts and gaskets from the both sides. Of course, this is the gasket. Yeah. One of the difficulties with Revit. Sometimes it's kind of difficult to position components the way you like it. So you need to play a little bit with it. And time to time it can be very annoying, because you never know which angle do you need to properly place it. Because in my case, of course, I would like to see it on this face. And even when I select the proper spot, it still tries to create it somewhere above. Okay, to save me some time, you can also do this trick. Just limit the selection box to only flange. Then move it slightly above, so you can see only this surface. And then it will be connected to the proper spot. That's one of the tricks that I can share with you. Okay, let's see what's left on our P&ID. This part we finished, and now we need to do connections on that side. To make my life a bit easier, I will use selection box, and then I immediately will be navigated to the proper location. Yeah, okay. Now it's better. So start from this side. I will reconnect the nozzle. I will reconnect the pipe. And I will create assembly. It will be again line flange. Then it will be bolt set. Then it will be the gasket. Then I will add our butterfly valve. And another gasket. Then I can just click on back, front or other sides just to ensure that I'm on the right location, at least on location where nothing is blocking the view. If something is blocking your view, you can always change the visual style to wireframe, and then it will be a lot easier to connect the components. I will just move it so it's a little bit easier to drag the components. And I'm going to reconnect it. Yes, that's it. Now, what's left? Only the vent. And this vent we will create by using regular Revit tools. So just like in case of the main pipe routine, I will start from creating the connection. Here I would like to have it with DN25. So I need to indicate DN25. Then I would like to create some spare room so I can modify it properly. And then I just need to click on the pipe center line. Like that. Then I can just remove some of the components. Check what dimension I would like to have. I would like to make it 75, for example. And then I can start creating vent assembly. And again, it will be gasket. If you can hit it properly. And then it will be just a globe valve. Yeah, here I just will use trick I showed you before. Because time to time it's getting too irritating to deal with that. And as you can see, it works just perfect. And then it will be another gasket. Then another bolt set. Then again another weld flange. But we need to swap the connectors. You can do it by clicking on Paste Setup. Okay. Then I will just use it in a simple way. We'll just make it a little bit longer. And then I will create this connection. First I go up, and then I will go a little bit down. Yeah, something like that. And then you can also modify those parts. But undo the checkbox and we're going to see what we have created so far. You can select whole system by clicking on tab until you will not see. In this corner, you have selected the system, not component. So now you can see that you're pointing on the pipe type, then branch in pipe network, including branch objects, complete pipe network, and only now it's selected whole system. Then you can just isolate it, isolate elements, and we can give it a look. And let's compare it versus the P&ID we have. We have bellow, we have reducer, sort of check valve, drains, instrument connection, shutoff valve, vent, and another shutoff valve in front of the tank. And if we will look to our 3D view, we will see that we have created all the components from start to end. How you can support it, we will cover it in separate session, but for today it will be it. Also, just to mention, today I showed you the, again, dev preview of the Family Manager. That's the browser that you can see on the right side of your screen, or on the right side of my screen. And of course, Assembly Factory. If you would like to know a bit more, you can read about it on our website. And of course, we can schedule a bit more detailed demonstration if you would like to. Feel free to reach us out. And that's it for today. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in next video.